Hi guys, it's Brett at Jokerz, and today we're going to talk about the Ford 2650. These blowers are featured on the 2020 to 2022 GT500, the Ford RAPTOR R, the Mustang GTD, and the Ford Mustang DARKHORSE SC. These are very popular swaps on the Gen 1 through Gen 4 Coyotes called Predator swaps. You can now see the difference in port work. Here's a stock inlet, and now here is a Jokerz ported inlet. This inlet was designed around a 3D scan using airflow tech. So our inlet is designed and used around how air would flow through an opening or a housing the most efficiently without causing any turbulence. The inlet is also designed around our inlet to outlet timing, which was the idea back in 2019. And I'll discuss that down the road. What are the gains? What can you see? On a stock car, stock everything, a base ported blower will see upwards of 60 to 75 horsepower. There will be some losses below 3,500 RPMs of 15 horsepower and 15 foot-pounds. We designed this blower around the 2.7 upper-only pulley. This on the 2020 GT500 has netted 1,000 horsepower. That was the goal. Spin the blower as slow as possible, build a port that doesn't remove as much material that can net us that 1,000 horsepower. Why didn't we remove more material? Well, the more material you remove, the more horsepower and torque it takes to turn the blower. The more load you add to a blower, the more air, the more parasitic it becomes. Now, how do you offset this? With RPM. Now, here's where the upgrades with porting matter. If you spin a blower harder, you can open up the inlet more. You're providing it more air. It's a symbiotic relationship. The more RPM, the more air it can move, the more air you can supply. The more you port, the more parasitic the blower becomes. If you're not spinning it hard, that's where your losses down low come from. The other options we offer are runner porting, upgraded inlet porting, and outlet porting. The upgraded inlet we just discussed based on your RPM. If you go to a 2.5, a 2.3, a 2.4 pulley, that's where upgrading your inlet porting matters. Runner porting, when does it become beneficial? Anything above 1075. Anything below it, it's not hurting by porting it, but it's not doing yourself any good. The Predator motor actually has a lip on the stock heads, and if you open up this side more, you actually create a bigger lip. Bigger lips create more turbulence. We don't want to slow air down. We want to keep it moving fast. And if you're opening up these housing, which we do, it can slow the air down. Now, this is insignificant. I'm not saying it's not bad. I'm not saying it's going to hurt anything, but it's just something we just don't do because the stock one will produce up to 1150. We had one car in particular used with a major shop. We did a base port inlet, the outlet, and then the upgraded inlet, and he made 1,150 horsepower on a 227 pulley at 8,800 RPMs. Now, let's talk about why we designed the inlet the way we did. I'm going to slide this rotor pack all the way in. I'm going to lock it in right here. You can see that the lip is sealed to our discharge mod. You can also see that the rotor is now at the edge of the port work. So the opposite lobe is now in that very curve, the very last part of where air would run into the rotor pack. As I spin this, you can see I've opened this up. And we're closing off to the next rotor. The reason for this is as you discharge this air, you can retain and still speed or fill that lobe as it rotates around until it comes to the next stop. And boom, you're closed off and you got that little bit left. So the idea was we wanted to make this work like a head, a camshaft. As the intake valve opens, you fill. As the exhaust valve opens, it dumps. We wanted to keep that relationship happy. Now, as you spin a blower harder and the RPMs of the blower increase, you can increase the port duration on the intake side. So let's spin this around real quick. You can actually open up and go farther to the middle of the port work. Because you're spinning the blower faster, allowing more air in, you offset the potential for the discharge side to bleed back into the inlet side. That is how we designed our blowers. That is what we designed our blowers around. Our port work is good anywhere from 650 wheel all the way to 1150 wheel. If you are interested in getting your 2020 GT500 blower ported, hit us up today. We'd be glad to take care of you and look forward to doing business with you. Thanks for everything. You guys have a good day.